Right, so it's a cold 5 a.m. in the morning. I'm getting ready to leave. My mate James is meeting me at mine in 45 minutes, and then we're going to head off and meet the other two at Starbucks down the road. So then, yeah, once we've met up with them, we'll be well and truly on our way. So I've got my snacks, got my fan, got some water, and yeah, so it's going to be a long trip, but fingers crossed it's a good one. I'll see you when we're on the road. Alright, so as you can see, 288 miles. That's not promising when I've just put a full tank in. Yeah, a long way to go, so hopefully that goes up. Right, so we're now on our way to Dover, to the ferry. It's about a 3-hour drive to get there. Hopefully we don't hit too much traffic, but we are going to have to go around the M25 at around rush hour. So that's a big ask to say we're not going to hit any traffic. So the idea is we're not going to stop before the Dartford Bridge because we want to get as quickly past the London traffic as we can. So plan is head straight to the Dartford Bridge and then make a stop, and then we'll travel the rest of the way down to Dover. We're aiming to get there an hour and a half or so before the ferry departs because that's what we're recommended to do. So we do not want to miss our ferry. So better early than sorry. So yeah, I'll pick you guys back up when we make our first stop, or if anything interesting happens along the way. Right, so we just made a stop at Gravesend Services, which was the worst services I've ever been to. Do not recommend. But we needed a little toilet break, and Dan needed to fill up his car again. So the I30N is not doing well on fuel. I've actually still got 289 miles. If you remember, we started on about 290, so I've gone up and down for the last 100, 130 miles. I think Jack's Scirocco and James's Mini are way up in the 300s at the moment, so they are much better on fuel than both the BM and the I30N. But the I30N has already had to have a little fill up. I think Dan was down about 170 miles when he filled up. He's now up to 300 again. But yeah, so we're now past Dartford and heading to Dover, about an hour away. Should be well on our way into France. Our ferry's at 12, so we're due in at Dover around 9:30, but that gives us enough time to grab something to eat, get through security, and then make sure we're there on time. So we obviously don't want to miss the ferry. Right, so we've just stopped off in some random village, I don't know where, but post ferry wasn't that easy, so we all lost each other. Eventually me and Dan caught up, then Jack caught up with us, and it turns out that James went the wrong way, so we've just pulled over in some random village just outside Dunkirk to wait for James to catch up. He should be here within the next sort of 5-10 minutes, and then we'll be back on the road again. So we just need to wait for him, and then we're back on the way to Belgium. Oh, he's decided to show up. Right, so we just had a quick stop in Belgium. So we are about 40 minutes away from where we're staying, just south of Brussels. Now 6 o'clock, so we're due there almost 7. Yeah, we're making good progress. It's been a really long day, so it'll be about 12 hours of traveling since we woke up this morning. So look forward to getting there. Not Nurburgring today, but tomorrow we are making an early start to get over to the Nurburgring and stay at our Airbnb. I'll pick you up again when we are at the house, unless something interesting happens, which I doubt it will. It's been a pretty boring ride.
Quite nice.
Ooh. Oh, there is kitchen. Told you.
So I know.
What are we doing for dinner then? Do you want me to cook or are we fucking hell?
Mate, it's quite nice for 20p, right? I think I have a new record. Breaking something. Yeah, mine's halfway down the road.
At least ours is ours.
This is where I go.
Right, morning from a lovely sunny Belgium. I thought it was going to be raining today. It's not, so that is positive. And yeah, we're now off to the Nurburgring. Last night was pretty interesting. We went out to try and find some food. Turns out there's not really much near where we're staying, and the things that were available were either French and we could understand or order anything, or they were closed. We ended up walking about 30 minutes there, 30 minutes back for a McDonald's. Jack's car broke as well. It scraped on the way in to the car park where we're staying, and I think it's probably nicked an aircon pipe because it's just water coming out. There's no oil, there's no coolant. Just waiting for Jack and James to get ready. Me and Dan have packed our cars and then we're going to get on the road soon. We've got about 2.5 hours until we get to the ring. So we're going to drop our stuff off at the house first, and then we're going to head straight to the ring. We're not planning on going on track today. We are planning on looking around the track, looking at all the cars there, maybe going to that museum, maybe doing the go-karting. But we've got a lot of things we want to do, and we're going to be at the track today and tomorrow. So we've got 2 days to do all the stuff we want to do. Plan is to go on track tomorrow morning if we can. On Monday, I think we're going to go to Cologne, spend the day at Cologne instead. So yeah, it should be good. But first things first, we all need to fill up, and then we'll make the final trip over to the Nurburgring, where I will pick you up unless, again, anything interesting happens along the way. He's got robbed. €1.20 for a banana. Right, so we are now 32 minutes away from the Nurburgring. We are stuck in traffic. It is now 1:15. We had quite a bit of traffic that we got stuck in, but we've got plenty of time to do some cool things before the track closes this afternoon. It is a lovely day for it. We've seen some cool cars. Just saw a GT3 Touring go past. Me and Dan had a little drag race. I will pick you back up when we are close to the ring. We're not far now. we are now in our apartment for the week, basically. We're here until we leave on Tuesday. So we've got one hell of a view out of the lounge. Me and James are sharing this room, the kitchen behind us in there, and then in here you've got Jack and Dan's room as well. We've booked a ring taxi for tomorrow. We went to Brunchen, YouTube Corner today, saw a crash, which ultimately ended the session for the day. It was about 6:30, so they just closed it for the rest of the day. And then we ended up at the petrol station just near the entrance to the track and saw most of the cars leave, which was pretty good as well. So we're now here, we're gonna cook some dinner and have a good chill night before we get up really bright and early to head to the track and spend most of the day there. We still got to do the museum, we've got to do the go-karting, and we've got to go see some of the other sort of areas around the track. Mine and James's lap with the I30N is at 11:40. Jack and Dan's is at 12:40. I'll pick you up tomorrow for an early start, ready to go back to the Nurburgring. Right, well, welcome to a not so sunny Sunday in Germany. We're now heading back to the Nurburgring, but it is pissing it down, and the forecast says that it's pissing it down all day. Yeah, not the best weather. It might mean that we don't actually get to go on track. I said to myself right before we went, if it's raining, I'm not going on, full stop. I'm just not comfortable with it. You know, it's just not worth the risk, especially as I'm selling the car next week. I can't really go back on that because if something happens, then I'm going to really kick myself. We do have tomorrow evening, I know it's Monday, track's only open 5 till 7. I don't know how busy it'll be. We do have a ring taxi book for today, so I don't know what ring taxis are like in terms of when it comes to cancelling those sort of things. If they cancel it when it's this sort of weather, if they just do it anyway, I don't know. We're gonna go to the museum, we're gonna go to the go-kart track and see what we can make the most of what is an absolutely abysmal day. I'll pick you up when I know more about what we're doing, but for now we're gonna head to the track and then we'll make a plan when we get there. Next to the sense of the word. Howdy. Oh my god.
In the day, it's like 80% all the time.
There you go, there's the carbon. It doesn't look as bad. No, it ain't. Still a minute. I don't mind this bit. Get out of one onto the next. Right, it is time. I bought the green card and we are about to go on track. So Dan's not coming first time round. He wants to see how we all get on. It's me, Jack and James on the track. We're gonna take it slow. We're not going to be doing any quick laps, that's for sure. Fingers crossed, make it the other side. I did see an M235i that was just on a loader, which didn't really help my confidence, but tough luck. Here we go. made it alive. Fuck me. Welcome to another day. It's Monday morning, and today we are going to the Nurburgring Museum and the Motor World Museum in Cologne. So, got a couple of museums to do. The track's not open all day until 5, I don't think. So we might go back around 5ish. Should be a fun day. Catch you when we get to the museum. So it is Tuesday. We are leaving in about 15 minutes. Car's all ready. We filled up last night, and we've got a 5-hour journey back to Calais for our ferry, which leaves at 5:15. So we're leaving at about 8:30. Gives us enough time to get there a couple hours before and have a stop or two on the way. A really long drive back. Yeah, it's time to say goodbye to good old Germany and the Nurburgring road trip, which has been an absolute blast, and we're definitely going to try and come again next year. Hopefully bring some more cars. Right, so we are on the road. We've been on the road for about half an hour now. We've got 4.5 hours left to go. A long fucking journey back. But it is pissing it down. I looked at the weather forecast before we left, and it looks like it's going to rain at the ring all week. So it looks like we just got the last of the sun, which is good. Yeah, not good conditions to drive back in, but oh well, not much you can do about it. So 4.5 hours to go. We're due to get to Calais at 2, but we are going to have some stops on the way. Obviously, we're not going to try and do that straight. We're going to stop off, get some lunch. So probably have like an hour's worth of breaks. Our ferry leaves at 5:15. So that leaves us two and a bit hours to have a break. Yeah, I'm hoping that there isn't much traffic and the weather does clear up slightly, because this is actually really depressing. It's been a great trip so far. Obviously I won't have this next year. This is a send-off. It's going up for sale within the next week. Bit of a shock moment, I think. I don't think I've fully come to grips with selling it yet. Yeah, the M235i's held up really, really well on this road trip. Held up around the track really well. Looking forward to getting home, I think. I'll pick you up if there's anything interesting happening. If not, after our next stop in the services. so little update. We are about 2.5 hours away from the ferry. We just had our first stop at a service station. We grabbed a few little bits to eat. Now we're back on the move again. We might have one more stop before we get there. If not, we'll make sure to have a nice long break, get there early, nice long break before we get on the ferry, and then obviously that's a break itself. We've broken up the trip quite well. We're not really tiring out that much, to be fair. I think a lot of us are doing pretty good. I'm on 295 miles. We've done 128 miles today so far, so pretty good going for the Beamer. Over 400 miles to a tank so at the moment, which is pretty good. Dan, not so much. The I30N is really struggling on fuel. He actually filled up at the last service station. I think he was down at about 220, something like that. He wasn't doing amazing. The weather's got a lot better. It's bright, sunny. It's 23 degrees now. But I'll keep you posted. Nothing much else so far. Right, quick little update. We are now at the ferry. We depart in about an hour. We're boarding soon. Pretty bog standard ride here. Nothing really special. We got here, I think we got just before security, about 2 hours before our ferry departed. So that left us plenty of time to get through security and then park up. And then we had a quick look at duty free. And now we're sitting in the cars waiting to be told that we can get on board. That's it. Our time in Europe is coming to an end. We are going to stop for dinner on the way back. It's been one hell of a trip. I would definitely recommend anyone that's thinking of going to Nurburgring to go. It was a great little send-off for this car. I'm going to miss it. But there'll be big things coming next. And first up, we need to get that Mini modded. It'll be fun. It's a sacrifice, but it will be fun. I will pick you up when we're on the ferry or back in the UK. Right, so we have made it off the ferry. We've been driving for about an hour now, so we've made some good progress. Gonna get past the Dartford Bridge before we get something to eat for dinner. It's now almost 7 o'clock. So yeah, I'll pick you up when we have something to eat. About a 2-hour drive until I get home. See you then. Right, so this is probably the last update you guys are going to get before I get home. Yeah, we just stopped for some nice food. Got some fuel. I'm now on 143 miles. I only topped up a little bit because I didn't need a full tank to get home. And then, yeah, so it's been great. I've really enjoyed the trip. I think all the lads have. So I would highly recommend anyone considering going to the Nurburgring to just do it. Just stop thinking about it. It's such an amazing experience. I would 100% recommend it to anyone. I'm gonna leave it at that. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll put the fuel figures up here. So this is how much we've spent per car on fuel over the entire trip. That's going from Norwich to the Nurburgring via Belgium. I think I've done all right in the BM. It's gonna be sad seeing it go, but it's gotta be done for the sake of the Mini and for the sake of my bank account as well. So we're thinking of going to the 24 hours of Nurburgring for next year. But let us know every tip about that as well if you can in the comments. But if there's anything else of what you thought on the video, what other long form content you'd like to see me do, that would be greatly appreciated if you comment down below. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you again in another video.